Hello, I'm Professor Capko, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a strategy to keep yourself motivated. We all need to remain motivated from time to time, and I think this strategy is an excellent one. But first I want to say I believe something wonderful is about to happen for you, so be on the lookout for it. And now back to the video. I've been doing a series of videos on health and fitness, and this is part of that series, and I want to show a way that I use to remain motivated to make sure that I keep doing what I need to do every day, because that's the best way to accomplish my goal, is make sure I do something every day toward that. Now this strategy will work for anything. It could be studying, it could be for financial progress, any area that you want to improve your life. But in particular, I'm going to use it and show you how to use it for health and fitness. In particular, what I'm looking for is something that I need to do every day, but it's the bare minimum that I do every day to get healthier. For me, I go for a walk. So every day I go for a walk, I want to keep track of that. I want to make sure that I document it and keep going with that walk. And it's just a 15-minute walk. I many times walk further, but that is the minimum. So I want to walk at least 15 minutes every day. Do I get it in the morning? Sometimes I get it in the evening, sometimes afternoon, whenever I can. But every day I go for that walk. Let me show you my technique. All right, this is the method that I use to keep on track whenever I want to make sure that I do the minimum of, well, in my case, it's to make sure I walk every day. But whatever it is that you're doing to improve your life, you want to do something every day and never miss a day of it. You're going to show improvement over time. So what I've done is I've got a calendar. This is not the calendar that I use for, making my schedule or appointments or anything like that. This is just a calendar that I'm using to track my progress and my stick to itiveness. This is what I do. I just make an X for every day that I've actually accomplished what I was going to do. Now, as I mentioned, what my minimum is for getting healthy. This is again a minimum. I know there's plenty more I can do, and there is plenty more I am doing, but this is a way of checking that I'm at least doing the minimum. My minimum is to do a walk each and every day from now until forever. And I want to walk at least 15 minutes. I usually wind up walking longer than that, and I usually wind up doing more than one walk. But the way I've been doing it is I get up first thing in the morning, early, before the sun's up even, and I get that first walk in. I do that with my wife, and it's a very enjoyable time for us. We've gotten this habit built, and I can now track it every day that I've accomplished it. I go ahead and put an X for that day. And visually, I'm making a chain. Do you see the chain that I'm making? I'm making a chain that is unbroken. That every day that I do my minimum, for me, again, it's the walk, I allow myself to put an X for that day. And I get a little dopamine hit from doing it too, right? I'm doing it and it's like crossing something off my to-do list, which is a whole nother video I can do. But it gives me a dopamine hit to put the X for the day because I know I accomplished the minimum and I'm moving closer to my goals of being healthier. I don't know that I'll ever hit it because no matter what stage I'm at, I want to get even healthier. So no matter how healthy I get, there's probably another level I can go to. So, and I don't usually wait to do a bunch at one time. This is just for demonstration purposes. I usually cross them off each day. And sometimes I do forget or I get busy, and then I get to cross off a couple all at once. And that's fun too because I get quite a dopamine hit seeing that chain grow. And every day I do it, the chain grows. And like I said, this is not the calendar that I use to schedule my work or doctor's appointments or whatever, anything like that. This one is just purely for keeping track of my progress, my unbroken chain. And I keep it someplace where I can see it, and it's a great reminder because I don't want to break the chain. Now, let me rephrase that. Our job is to never break the chain. And I say it that way very intently. Never break the chain. And I say it that way instead of saying don't break the chain. Why? Do you know? If you know, put it in the comments. I think I've mentioned this maybe in another video, and maybe some of you know where I'm going with that. But let me go ahead and explain. I like to say I am never breaking the chain as opposed to saying don't break the chain. The reason is the word don't is problematical, particularly when we talk about the unconscious mind. Sometimes the unconscious mind does not hear the word don't, or it doesn't process it the same as it processes other words. So if that happens, then your unconscious does not hear the word don't in the way that you want it to, and all it hears is break the chain. If I say don't break the chain and you cut out the word don't, what do you hear? Break the chain. And that is what your unconscious mind is going to work on, and it's going to cause you to break this chain. How? Well, there's all different ways the unconscious mind can do it. It's very powerful. It might make you sleep in that day, or it might make you feel not like doing it, or you come up with something else or an excuse. I'm great at coming up with excuses. I could be a professional excuse maker for myself. So I could come up with an excuse, or I might, like I said, not feel well, or maybe my muscles will be extra tight that day. Something might happen that causes me to break the chain. I don't want to get that idea in my unconscious mind. And just placing something in the unconscious mind is something, like I said, the word don't. Let me give you an example. If I tell you, don't think of pink elephants, what just happened? Well, if you're like most people, you had to think of a pink elephant to then delete the pink elephant from your mind. Because just to say don't think of it, how do you do that? That's not an action. Your action that your body or your mind would be doing is it would think of the pink elephant and then erase it. And it thinks it's complying in that way. But what happened is in that interim, guess what? You thought of a pink elephant. If you did think of a pink elephant, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what your pink elephant looked like. Was it a large one? Was it in a circus? Were you riding it? Tell me what it looked like, and in the comments. But that's what I'm saying. Never break the chain. You're just going to each day you accomplish whatever it is. Like I said, mine being healthier, and going for walks. You might have something else that you're doing. Maybe some other goal. Maybe it's every day that you save money and you check it off, or maybe every day you practice a new language. Whatever it is, keep doing that and check it off like I have done. And that you'll find that over time, it's inspirational. It'll really help you keep working at it because you don't want to ever break the chain. So that's what I'm doing. What are you doing to stay motivated? I know you can do it, and I know that you've been working on some things to improve yourself this year. Tell me what it is. And you see how I am just making sure that I never break the chain, and you shouldn't either. That's all I have in this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, you may want to consider joining me and becoming a member of the channel because we're doing some health and fitness stuff together in that is just members only. And there's some special members only content, and all you need to do is click the join button. It's right next to the subscribe button and see what your options are. But even so, I'd love for you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Now, go and make it an awesome day. Thank you.